Alright guys, I'm going to do a video on just a shelter using a tarp and one pole and three stakes. That's it. It's from everything I've seen on it, it's supposed to be high wind, good for high wind, and just a good, shelter that will keep you out of the elements, anything like that. Now, you're supposed to use a minimum of a 9x9 tarp. Well, mine is not that big. It's probably, I don't know, 7x7. So it's going to be a little small. It's going to come out a little small, but it's a square tarp. It should be able to still make the design and have a little room in it. So let's put it up, try it out. And poles I'm using, you can use anything if you don't have any poles, you can use a stick out in the if you're in the woods or outdoors. So, but I have these military tent poles, so I'm going to use those in this tarp. Let's get started. All right, what you want to do is get the tarp. Flat as possible. Let's see how that looks in the camera. Okay, there we go. All right. What you want to do is take your stakes. I've got these cheap ass stakes. I've just got these cheap ass stakes right here. Walmart generic pieces of crap. What you want to do is at each end is you want to stick one stake. You want to stick one over there, pull it as tight as you can, and stick another one. At the front down here, you want to bring the two ends together as one and stake them down. Take the two ends. Pull it tight. And you want to take your poles. Now, like I said, a stick or anything like that, a stick, branch that you cut off will work. One thing you got to remember, see this? It's like basically simulates a sharp edge on a pole that you've cut down. Your tarp is made out of nylon. So what I'm going to do is anything will work. I have this shemagh here, always keep in my pack. So anything will work though, that you can use, a shirt, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick this end for this type of pole into the ground though. Put this up here where the top of it's going to touch the tarp, and that way it won't rip your tarp and everything like that. So that's something to keep in mind. But what we're going to do, we're going to crawl in here. So small, I might not have to actually. got it, you have to crawl in there to do it. And that's it. That is your shelter. So, it will work. It will work. We're going to stake it down, and I'll take you inside in a second. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take you a little tour around it. See, it's just like a pyramid. Little gaps for airflow. However, they can be staked down, and I will do that here in just a minute. So, and here's your doorway right here. Put this back on. Your doorway right here. Enter. Enter. Let's go inside. All right. Well, this is a very tight fit, but as you can see, I got the pole. Got my shemagh up there for on this pole, because these are just military tent poles. However, even though this is a smaller tarp, I can lay down in here. Not very comfortable like, but you know, hey, it's a shelter, you know. These are really supposed to be done with bigger tarps, but as you can see, I got a little space down here. Like I said, that can be staked down. We will stake that down here in a second and show you, but it's going to give you a look. So I mean, this will work to keep you dry, keep you out of the elements. Like I said, it works better when you have a 9x9 tarp, but it still works. And I can sit up in here, so yeah. And this is supposed to be a shelter that works with high wind, so I don't know. Never tried it. This is the first time I've tried it, so I figured I'd just let y'all see it. And a lot of y'all may already be familiar with this, but it's 1,000,000 degrees right now. So I'm gonna get out of this thing, but I'll stake it down on the other side and let you see that. Get back with you in a second. All right, there it is, staked down a little bit better. You can still see that it's got some gap right here for the airflow. It's just staked down on the grommets. However, on a bigger tarp, this doorway hangs down further, and you can actually, you know, put a stake and hook it into something, into a stake or anything like that, right down here. Because this is, like I said, this is very small. 2 people could probably sit in it, sit upright, maybe even lay down in it, but you'll be very tight, very comfortable, because, you know, one person's basically going to be kind of wedged in there. You're going to be kind of going to be sleeping like this. It's not going to be straight. You're going to be sleeping at kind of at an angle. And but you know, I mean, for an emergency, if it's an actual emergency, you got to get out of the rain, something like that, it certainly will work. But there it is, you know. So, and it's supposed to stand up to high wind, they say, but I don't know, you know. It's already starting to lose a little stretch over there, but it's the first time I've ever tried this, but it works. So figured I'd let y'all see. Keep it heavy.